Welcome to the Butterfly Sage. Today I'm finally giving my house tour. Before I go in, I want to quickly give you this word. I just want everyone to know that I hope you don't think that I'm bragging. Both my husband and I grew up in a poor family, and this house feels like a blessing the way we got it. The two realtors that we had, we would not be able to get it without them, quite literally. Monetarily, they worked so hard for us to get this place. I could share a little bit about my background growing up, but I'm not sure how much I really want to put on this channel. Let's just say the reason why I think my family isn't exactly into camping is because we had to play camp out growing up, which means my parents didn't have money for electricity at times, and so we would pretend that we were camping. Not having enough money for toothpaste and toilet paper as a kid was not fun going to school. So I know what it's like to grow up poor. Back on food stamps, when there wasn't a little debit card, it was actual stamp coupon thingies that you had to get, and people knew exactly what you were doing. I know how that is, and I know how that feels, and I am no longer in that position anymore, but we didn't grow up with money. I just want to put that out there. I don't want to make people feel bad about what they have in comparison to this house. Please don't compare. It literally, I do feel like it was a gift, and I really feel like I am blessed with this house. As much as I miss my garden at the old house, that old house, half of the electricity didn't work. Everything needed to be redone on it, from the roof leaking down to the plumbing. It just needs to be knocked down, and I think the new owners are actually just going to build a new house, which is what we wanted to do, but health-wise, money-wise, we just couldn't do it. So as much as I miss that garden and that view, this house is a really huge blessing, and I really hope that no one takes this the wrong way and thinks that I'm bragging, because I'm not. I feel blessed. Both my husband and I never thought we would be able to live in a home like this in our entire lives. My dad never owned a home. My mom didn't own one till she was 45. She worked her patootie off to get that way. So I just want to say, I know some of you are like, oh my gosh, this house is amazing. But if you only knew how I grew up, this is truly a blessing. Okay, let's go in. Welcome to my home. It's so hard to capture this room all at once on camera, because this is perhaps my favorite thing in the house. The chandelier and this beautiful cherry wood railing. The stained glass in this house is just so beautiful. The original owners of this house, the gentleman was a veterinarian and an artist, and he did these stained glass himself. Pay no attention to the electrical tape and the patches that we need to have sheetrocked over, because we had some electrical work done when we first got in. And as a matter of fact, it's already done now by the time I'm editing this video. But when I filmed it, it wasn't. And I'll show you the electrical work that we had done when we get to the kitchen. These big windows to the right, the front porch patio is right in front of them. And then these stained glass windows on this ginormous fireplace is just some more stained glass that the original owner did, and it's absolutely amazing, trying to show the scale of how tall these ceilings are and how big those windows are. And this fireplace, my youngest brother said, "What are you doing, Jenny? Are you going to start up your own church?" Because he said the windows and that huge fireplace reminded him of a cathedral, and with the big rec room upstairs, which you'll see a little bit, reminded him of a youth group room. forgot to take off the pool noodles on the rocking chair. It's a very old rocking chair. It was my grandmother's. And when we first got it in the house, I didn't want the cats to like scratch on it, so I put the pool noodles there. And I just realized I have forgotten to take them off. I have not seen them scratch on this chair, so I need to take them off. But no, I am definitely not starting a church. At least not right now. I have thought about it previously, but no, I'm not. And a look into the dining room. We'll go into there and then into the kitchen. Now, the family who lived here for 40 some years had a grandfather clock right here up against the fireplace, and I thought it looked so cool. So someday, I hope maybe we can get one. And now, the kitchen. This is probably my husband's favorite room of the house. For those of you who don't know, and those of you who are new, he was a chef. For the first time in my 51 years, his 61, we have granite countertops. Funny thing is, this top with all the other tops is completely different. This one doesn't match the other countertops. It's like they chose two different black countertops, and I'm not sure why. My husband says this one's called Black Pearl, he thinks. But I personally like this one more than this black in the middle. This black in the middle is harder to keep clean than the other one. Maybe we're like thinking, well, maybe when they brought this piece in, the other piece broke and they couldn't get the other piece. I don't know. Maybe they wanted this top to blend in with the stove top better. I don't know. I'm not really sure. We couldn't figure that out, but not my color choice. I would have gone with a different color of wood and different countertop color, but it's beautiful. I love it. This is our drinking station. This is why we have the drywall messed up on the other side. Is because we put in two outlets here for our coffee, espresso, hot tea, water. We wanted to put a light up in there. My little Valentine's fairy lights are still up there, so that we could actually see in here better, because at one point there was a light working in here, but the electrician said the wire for that would have been a light was like dead, and in order for him to fix it, he would have to put a new wire in, which would have required either taking out this whole brick thing or opening up the wall on the other side completely, neither of which we wanted to do. So we are going to live with it being a little dark, but at least we were able to get the outlets working. I'm trying to find my fairy lights, but that's a box I haven't come across yet in my unpacking. I do love the view out into the back, other than I'm not a fan of arborvitaes, but I love the fact that you can come into the kitchen and just look outside. It's almost like a sunroom in the kitchen, and it's perfect. I love it. I got all my plants, my house plants. Well, these smell so good. Anyway, the carnations have to be planted still, but this is kind of my planting area. Yeah. Thankful, grateful, blessed is really what I'm feeling. Don't look too closely. Got dogs going in and out. It's muddy, it's Oregon, it's raining. This is our kitchen and I absolutely love it. Feeling pretty fortunate right now. And then through this room, we're not gonna go all the way in because this is our family room and I kind of don't want to disturb the dogs. Our older dog, our livestock guardian dog, is probably nearing her end. She's got cognitive dysfunction, we think, and she's just not doing so hot. But here's the family room. And our dogs, of course, are included in the family. So this is where we live most of the time. And I'm not gonna turn the light on, but you can probably see the loft up there. I can't wait to show you that. That might be my favorite room. I don't know. I'm quickly enjoying the living room right now at the moment, but the loft is just gorgeous. We'll turn the light on up there so you can see it better when we get up there. That's the family room. And now we'll go down the hallway. You guys are seeing it kind of from a low option because I'm short. Sorry about that, but I'm not going to hold the camera up really high the whole time. So this room on the right will be the laundry room. So, and here's the laundry room. It feels big, but this whole area is walking space because the garage is through that door and we have to walk through here. So I can't really put anything, big in here, but we don't really need anything because there's a lot of storage in here, extra storage. And I gotta plant those, pop those up real quick. And more storage over there. We were originally gonna make this extra room off of here a mud room, but we don't really need it because we have coat hooks. We just hung coat hooks everywhere instead. And our shoe rack is just outside this door because this is the door we use most often, coming in and out of the garage instead of the front door. So we've kind of just turned this kind of into a slash, I don't know. It's not really a storage room because everything in here we use. This is all the animal stuff. I haven't organized it all yet, but at least it's on the right shelf. And then we put our hang to dry clothes here. And this is my seed starting shelf, plant container stuff. And I have not started any of my seeds yet. I don't even know if I'll get to the seeds this year, to be honest. It's just been such a whirlwind of a winter. So yeah, but this is the rack I'm going to bring out into the kitchen if I start my seeds. And this is where I'm keeping all my potting stuff. So that's this extra room and the laundry room. So let's go down the hall and we'll head into my husband's office. But this is the least put together room. We've got his desk, his office. It is a current disaster zone. And this was the whole house. What the whole house looked like when I did the outside tour. That's why it's taken so long. So sorry about that. This is over here. This is just a storage closet. Nothing spectacular. And so this is eventually going to be our guest room. Definitely not quite there yet. We haven't even got the top of the wardrobe put back on it yet. Here's Gia behind me. Okay, leaving Gia's room into the next, which is not really my bathroom. I guess it's everybody's bathroom, but this is a full bathroom. So now we're gonna go, look, this room is just a cleaning closet. Well, at least that's what I've turned it into. I think there's no light in here. And I obviously need to organize my cleaning stuff better, but it's got the security system. And I think at one point it used to have an old hot water tank in here. So I think this was just a hot water tank room, basically. And I'm just throwing all my cleaning stuff in there. They changed to a tankless water system. So I think that's why there's no tank in there currently. Finally, the last room in this hall is another bathroom. It's a half bath. My husband uses this one all the time. Hopefully it's not too bad. I haven't really looked. So actually it's not too bad. I really wish I could have done an empty house tour, but I didn't want to jinx myself. I had done an empty house tour on the first house we tried to buy, and that just didn't work out. So I didn't want to do it with this one and ruin jinxing this one. So let's go up the stairs, and which door should we go into first? Left or right? What say you people? Let's go to the left first. We're gonna go with the left, and this is our bedroom. Okay, so now we're entering into our bedroom. This is probably the cleanest you'll ever see it, guys, but anyway. Such as it is, we have nothing on the walls as of yet. We just put these little lamps. They don't give out a lot of light. So we're gonna get some more floor lamps there and maybe a couple table lamps. There's not much room with my husband's CPAP on his though, so we may just stick to floor lamps. But it's really dark in here at night because actually it's daytime. It's like 2 in the afternoon and it's still dark, but there is no ceiling light in this room. And this lamp was left here by the owners that were before us, fortunately, so we have some light in this room. But I love the view looking out from up here. And some of you, I'm not sure if I'm showing my antiquing video before this one, but here's that. And I don't have all of my mess and stuff put away as of yet. Things are not all on the walls, but mirrors on all closet doors drive me nuts. Definitely going to be putting some curtains above those to hide looking at myself all the time. Anyway, and now over here, we're going to come through here. And this is the master bath. This is the first time we've ever had countertops with 2 sinks. And I definitely would have done something different in here if I had designed this room. Speaking of design, I need some of your all design help. There's a shower behind there. But sometime in the next month on a Wednesday video, I'm probably going to ask for your guys' help in design. I could use all the help I can get. Crossed to perhaps my favorite space. Go across the hall, directly across. No peeking at the loft. And into this room. It's just your basic storage room. There is an attic in here. Not too much in it yet. There's still quite a bit in the garage that we need to bring up. But it's like there's all that storage in that attic. So why would they label this as a storage room? So I am probably going to turn this room into some sort of relaxation room. How that is going to look like at the moment, I'm not sure. It's not going to be your typical spa. It's going to be a relaxation room. Things that make me happy and relaxed. I think that's what I'm going to do. But you could use this as a toddler room / baby room, because this wall is big enough to put a crib on. This wall is big enough to put like a toddler bed maybe, or just a playroom. course, to have it a toddler nursery room or playroom, you would have to put a piece of glass here because this actually is wide open. Out of Fluffy's room into the loft, turning it into a library with a Harry Potter theme, kind of. So I have another Harry Potter picture that I can put right there on that wall for now. But the ultimate goal is to make this wall and around the corner to the other wall, from floor to ceiling, all the way up, with red cherry wood bookshelves so that it's all encompassing the wall with bookshelves, complete with a ladder that can slide across like Belle has in Beauty and the Beast. That is my ultimate, I hope someday, depending on finances. But anyway, I'll put a couple chairs or maybe a chase lounge there in that corner so that can be where you can sit and read. And it'll just be my own personal library. And I'm super excited. I definitely have more room for books right now as it is because I decluttered textbooks before we moved, so now I have some open shelves on one of my bookshelves. You may ask how I'm planning on having a sliding ladder when we have carpet. The end goal here throughout the whole house is to get cherry wood flooring because we have dogs and cats and carpet just isn't it's not a very good thing for animals. So we're planning on doing just wood flooring throughout the whole house. So this will hopefully someday be a cherry wood floor. But this is my favorite room. This is what I mean by she jumps up in the window and just looks down below. She's like princess of the tower right there. But the beams in this house and the railing, I love it so much. And then, of course, you can look down and see the family room. Hopefully it's not too much of a mess. I did not clean this one today. And you can see my big doggie. She's not doing well. Anyway, another look at the family room. And then in here, to kick it off, we're almost done. This is the last room, guys. This is what they called the rec room. This room is ginormous. It could be your own like apartment, studio / apartment. I mean, technically, you could make this a 2-bedroom. Like if you put a wall down here and this side have 2 bedrooms, make a little living room here, a small dining room here, and then a bathroom in that corner. Technically, it's big enough. It's like 621 or 31 square feet, something like that, just this room. And it's probably hard to tell from the angle I'm showing it, but it's very echoey. You can hear the echo. It actually makes great acoustics for singing. So this is love. So this is love. So perfect for singing. Anyways, it's the rec room, or otherwise known as Dexter's room. This is where Dexter hangs out when he is not outside. So it's got all of his cat stuff. Anyway, we still have more of his cat stuff to hang up on the wall. But this is also where I'm keeping my seeds. My seed, I was about to say catalog, but catalog's not the right word. Whatever those are. My brain is so tired right now. It's like a library catalog system. That's why catalog came in my thing, but it's more like a apothecary. Apothecary is the word I'm looking for. Anyway, let me show you how big it is if I stand in here so you can see. So we do technically have a few ideas of what we're going to do with this room. Which one of those ideas wins, I'm not sure yet. It just kind of depends on how things go. Anyway, this is the last room. But before we go, I'll show you the chandelier from the top of the stairs like I promised. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, feed the pollinators for me, and I hope you come back again.